Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We'll read the Shanti part before the beginning of Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yesterday we have seen the importance of the Shanti part. Unless we are fully available for anything, correct understanding cannot happen. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Nasti buddhi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham. Ayuktasya buddhi nasti. Here, buddhi means understanding, knowledge. Ayukta, he who is not fully available for anything. Yukta, fully available. Ayuktasya buddhi nasti. Therefore, when we are studying the scriptures, we have to make ourselves fully available. So the students also must be fully available. The teacher also must be fully available. And the rapport between the two, the rapport or the proper tuning of the mind of the teacher and the mind of the student has to be there. Then only the knowledge happens. And therefore, Shanti part is chanted together by the teacher and the student. So when I am chanting, I am sure you also must have chanted along with me. Normally this we chant at the end of the talk. So whenever this is chanted, oh thank God, the lecture is over. So let us understand the meaning of the Shanti part. Om, we remember the divine. See, in our Vedic understanding, the truth is to be recognized as the three aspects and yet beyond. First is Nirgun Nirakar, attributeless, formless, what is called in Vedanta as Brahma. Then the Saguna Nirakar, what is called as the with attributes but no form. So, with attribute but formless. And the third is Saguna Sakar, with attributes and with forms. So, the Nirgun Nirakar is the Brahman of the Vedanta, the Saguna Nirakar is the Paramatma of the Yoga, and the Saguna Sakara is the Ramakrishna Hari, the same reality for the devotees. And yet, the truth is beyond all of them. This is the meaning of Om. And therefore, when we think of God, Om, So we have freedom. If you are the devotee of Bhagavan Krishna, then think of Bhagavan Krishna. If you are following the path of yoga, Paramatma, the inner controller, you follow that. If you are studying Upanishad or Vedanta, if you are the student of that, then the Brahman is the Nirgun Nirakar. So, Om. Now we are tuned with the divine. In Upasana, there is a mantra where they say, Devo Bhutva Devam Yajet. Before doing the puja or upasana, it is necessary that we invoke the divine principle in us. See, we invoke the Lord Sun in our eyes, we invoke the Lord Varuna or Agni in our tongue, then we invoke the Dig Devata in our ears. In this manner, we invoke all the gods in us and then we become godly. And by becoming the godly, you should do the worship of the God, so that the division is dissolved. This is the purpose. So, Om. Now we are fully tuned with the divine. At this time, we are neither man nor woman, neither young nor old, neither here nor there, neither educated or uneducated. All the specialities, attributes are dissolved. Oh. Then Purnamadaha. Others means that. That means whatever you understand. Whether Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagavan. Is Purnam, is infinite. There is nothing lacking in the truth. Purnam. Now Purnam Idam. So others is Paroksha. Paroksha means we have not seen, we have not experienced, but we have heard from the scriptures, from the Mahatmas, that there is God and He is all complete. So that God is all infinite, complete, there is nothing lacking. See, infinite is that where you cannot add anything, nor you can reduce the infinite. Therefore, infinite is one without a second. So, others, that Paramatma is infinite, Purnam Adaha. Then Purnam Idam. And this world that we are objectively perceiving, the waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, Idam. So, Purnam Idam. This is also infinite. This is also not finite. It is also complete. There is nothing lacking in this world. How come? Purnat Purna Mudachyate. Because if the ornaments are made out of gold, then naturally there will be gold in the ornaments. See? In the same manner, if this world is an expression of the divine, then this world cannot be devilish. It is divine. See? How beautiful it is. So, the Paramatma, the Brahman is divine, infinite, Purnam, nothing is lacking. So also the world is the same way, because now here there is a very important topic of Vedanta, what we call Paramatma is the Abhinna Nimitta Upadan Karan. Abhinna, undifferentiated. Upadan is the material cause and Nimitta is the efficient cause. So like clay is the material cause of the pots and the pot maker is the efficient cause of the pot. So Brahman, the reality, is simultaneously Yugapat, undivided, material and efficient cause of this world. So by this Purnat Purna Mudachyate, what is meant is that this Paramatma is none other than this world and the world is none other than this Paramatma. Now we have to understand this meaning of material cause. Purnamidam. See, when we are touching the tricolor or any flag representing any country, when we are touching the tricolor, we are not touching India. See? Why? Because today we have got tricolor, it may be different after a few years, who knows? And it was created under a set of conditions. See? Therefore, it is only the linga, only indicating, not actual. But when we are touching a Shiva linga, then we are touching directly Paramatma. See? Because Paramatma is the material cause of this world. Without Paramatma, this world cannot exist. Without the clay, the pot cannot be. See? Therefore, Purnasya, Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. The infinite reality is the material cause of this world, meaning what? The names and forms are superimposed on the gold and thereafter they are called as ornaments. What are ornaments? They have got three things. One is the name, it is a nose ring. Second is the form, this is the shape. And third is the gold. In the same manner, Idam, this whole world, which is Nama Rupatmak, is also Paramatma. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. See how important it is. So when we take a pot, buy it from the pot maker and take it with us to our house. In that, the pot maker doesn't accompany the pot, but the clay accompanies. See? So when we say God is all pervading, what does it mean? Meaning He is the material cause of everything that world is. Purnat Purnamudachyate. And therefore in our Vedic religion, Vedic thought, Sanatana Dharma, we worship all the five elements as the expression of God. Chidambaram, see? Space, then air, then fire, water and earth. Everything is accepted as the divine representative, nay, the divine. So Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Now Purnasya Purnamadaya. When we are able to recognize the Purna Tattva, the absolute reality in this objective world, Purnasya Purnamadaya. See? So, if we are able to recognize the gold in the ornaments, see, then we will not be cheated. But if we are not able to recognize the gold in the ornaments, and we just get carried away by only the name and the form, the glitter and the design, then there is every likelihood that we will be cheated. They were only the fake jewelry, not the real one. But we are paying for the real. We will be cheated. In the same manner, Purnasya Purnamadaya. So from this objective infinite world, Purnasya Purnamadaya, when you are able to recognize the infinite reality behind the objective phenomena, then what will happen? Purnam eva avashishyate. Now this is another important thing, that is Paramatma or Brahman or Bhagavan is the not only the material cause but also the efficient cause. See? So, Purnasya Purnamadaya, when we are able to recognize the divinity in the total objective world. Now what is objective world? Objective world includes us also. See? Waking world, dream world cannot have existence without me. How important it is. Therefore, what does it drive us at Purnasya Purnamadaya? When we are able to recognize the divinity in the world, we cannot remain apart from the divine. Purnameva avashishyate. Knowing is being. There cannot be being without knowing. Because the knower and known both are the same reality, the same infinite. See, my dear friends, therefore we have to clearly, distinctly understand where knowing is being is the ultimate experience, it is the ultimate truth. See, but what we do, we push the Lord away from us. Vaikuntha, kurute ganga sagar gamanam vrata paripalanam athava danam jnana vihina sarvamatena bhajatina muktim janmashatena bhaja govindam. How simple it is, how beautiful it is. You cannot know the truth without being the truth. Knowing is being. Now this is the basic difference. The truth that we are and the world that we know, what is the basic difference in the objective perception, in the objective knowledge? The step-by-step process is that this is a phone and I know this is a phone and I am not the phone. See? So, in the routine knowledge that we are talking about, there are two factors involved. One is the I factor, I am the knower, and second is the known is not me. See? Otherwise, what a great fun it will be. I know this is a donkey and I am a donkey. No. See? Therefore, in the material world, the knower is separate apart from the known. But when it comes to the reality, there knowing cannot be without being. This is the meaning of Purnameva Avashishyate. Only the truth remains. See, there was a Guru Maharaj and he was to take examination of his two disciples, whether they have grown spiritually or they are only academic. Yesterday also I told you, don't study the scriptures only for the academic achievement. See, friends, why I am telling you this? Because I know many years before, one of the ladies, she had registered for her doctorate in Vedanta, Shankar Vedanta, and she was studying Shatashloki of Bhagwan Shankaracharya, or Shatasahastri, one of the two books. So she used to come and ask me, this, what is that, what is that? I used to tell whatever I knew. And then one day she came, she said, Swamiji, by your blessing and grace, I am awarded the doctorate. So she came and showed me all her thesis and everything. I said, congratulations, Amma. Now I will not call you Amma, I will call you doctor. He said, no, please call me Amma only. I said, all right, Dr. Amma. Then I said, your guide who has given you this doctorate, I will like to meet him. He must be a great Mahatma who has really helped you get the degree PhD. And then she called him and our meeting was fixed and I went to his house in the afternoon at about 4 o'clock. And I rang the bell, he opened the door and I said, I am so and so, and with your reference of the student, I came here. Yes, I know. She told me that you are coming. Standing in the door, he started talking. In normal Grahastha Maryada, when a guest comes, you invite him inside, make him sit, give him a glass of water. See? Started talking. After 10 minutes, I said, may I get inside the house? Yes, you can. You are, of course, welcome. Then I got inside. And he is non-stop talking, continued. And I was sitting, and he was talking. And what was talking? I have guided so many students, so many PhDs have come out of me, and so many books I have published, and from Oxford also. And I was invited for the international these religion conferences. I have represented in so many places around that, blah blah blah, going on. Then after about an hour or two, he said, "You are not talking anything." I said, "The normal culture or tradition is when somebody is talking, you should listen. And I have come to listen to you, not to talk." No, you should talk something. I said, "What can I talk? You know everything. To whom I have come only to listen and learn from you." He said, "Okay, then I want to ask you." Yes. How to do the japa? This was the question. Then I asked him, "See, you have studied, it is said in our Bhagavad Gita as well as Upanishad, Tad Vijnanartham Gurumeva Avigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. To know anything, you have to approach the Guru. So you have to accept me as your Guru. And you should be my disciple. Then I can tell you." He said, "Oh, she told me that you are very witty and you always make jokes." I said, "No, this time I am not making joke. I am telling you seriously. If you want to know how to do the japa, then you have to be my disciple. Then only I can tell." See how important it is. Erudition and scholarship bars us or our entry in the divine, because we become someone special, someone extraordinary. See, friends, that is why when the sannyasa diksha is done, in that Viraja Homa is done, wherein we conduct our Shraddha, we have offered our Pindadan. Now, for all technical purposes, we sannyasis are dead bodies. We are the Shava, not the Shiva. Therefore, don't touch us, keep away. See, friends, erudition and scholarship will never help us to know the truth. Therefore, we must study the scriptures, we must listen to know the truth, and the knowing is being. It cannot be objective understanding. It will be Purnameva Avashishyate, you merge in the infinite. You don't remain, only the truth remains. Purnameva Avashishyate. We are apurna, we are finite. Deshakala Vastutaha. See. So, this is the meaning of this beautiful mantra, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. The truth is infinite, the world is also infinite. He who is able to understand, recognize the divinity in the objective world also, he cannot remain apart from other than the divine. Purnameva Vashishyate. See. Therefore, most of us have this funny notion, if I change place, if I change time, if I change the costumes, then I will know the truth. No, you don't have to know the truth, you are the truth. Because knowing is being. See, friends, and for this, there are these three words, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now, traditional translation is the Shanti, peace at Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik and Adhyatmik level. See. Now, for us, as the seekers of truth, we have to understand Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti means what? First, Shanti is at the gross body level, when we are living in this waking world. This, our presence in the waking world should not create any disturbances in us. When we are identified with the body, then only this waking world is real. And when we take something as real, then we desire. And when the desire is not fulfilled, anger. When the desire is fulfilled, greed. And there is no end to it. If we have to write our biography, what we will write? Bhagwan Shankaracharya has written it for us. Balastavat krida saktah, tarudastavat taruni raktah, vruddhastavat chinta saktah, paramek brahmane kopina raktah, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. From day one till today, what we have been doing is try to fulfill our desires. We fulfill one desire, the second is standing in the queue. Fulfill the second desire, the next is standing in the queue. See, friends. Therefore, Om Shanti. Now, how this waking world becomes a problem for us? Only after body identification. See. Therefore, Om Shanti means what? Two things. One, body disidentification is the first step to be achieved on the spiritual path. And if this is achieved or not, how do we know? Then the waking world will not be a source of disturbance for us. And the disturbance comes in the form of desires. So lesser the desires we entertain, lesser the importance we give to the objective world, to that extent we are in a process of getting body disidentification activated. See, this is the first Shanti, Om Shanti. Our experience has got three components. Experienced, experiencer, and the experiencer. These three Shantis are for these three. So the first Shanti is experienced, the world. This world has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. But we get so much involved, and the whole life is spent only in this. And therefore we are suffering. The first Shanti is, what is the spiritual practice? That by which we are able to attain freedom from body identification is the spiritual practice which will lead us to Purnameva Vashishyate. We will be able to dissolve our individuality in the divine. Om Shanti. Now the second Shanti is the experience. See? So, experience the world when it is wrongly entertained or interacted, then the effect is on the mind, where all the experiences happen. See? All experiences happen only in the mind. No experience happens to the body. See? One day I was in Narayan Hrudayalayam. There are so many wonderful doctors there, and the main one, Dr. Shetty Devi, as well as another good friend of mine, Dr. Hegde. So they said, have you seen the heart operation? I said, no, I have not seen. I don't have even a heart. So with all the precautions, they took me there. And showed the patient was lying there on the operation table. His chest was open and all the machines were working. And when I saw for the first time in my life, I said, come on, finish quickly that fellow. He must be suffering. He said, no, he is not suffering. So why? Because he is under anesthesia. Now what is anesthesia? Mind is made non-functional. Mind is there. But there is no functioning of the mind. See? Like when you switch off the switch, electricity is there, but there is no light. See? So when the second Shanti, when any experience that comes in our life doesn't create any disturbance. See? That is the Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. First, body disidentification. Second, no experience should create disturbance. Now be very attentive. When an experience creates disturbance, whether good or bad, it leaves a mark on the mind. See? And these marks are called as impressions. And these impressions are only two types: likes and dislikes. So when we interact with anything or anybody or any place or any time or any situation or any undertaking, we have only these two interactions. I like it, I don't like it. See? And as a result of this, as our age grows, these two channels of likes and dislikes, they start becoming deeper and deeper. And that is called as Swabhava, our acquired nature. And thereafter we are under the influence of our acquired nature, and therefore we see the differences. Although we are all divinity-wise one, yet Swabhava-wise, because of our acquired nature is different. See, this is what we have acquired. How important it is. So, Om Shanti means let no experience create an impression on the mind. How the impressions are created? By reaction. Reactions are like or dislike. Be attentive. And likes and dislikes have no logic, no reason. See? This boy and a girl, they like each other, they fall in love and suffer. Now what is the logic behind it? No logic. Like, we like certain things, we don't like certain. No logic. See, friends. Therefore, our second Shanti is indicating, live in this world in such a manner that the mind is not polluted. No impressions are gathered on the mind. See. Now to make this point clear, I'll give example. This is a very simple example, and we all have gone through this. In our childhood, we had touched sometime or the other the fire, and therefore we had that knowledge that fire burns, and therefore we don't have hatred for the fire. Then we use this knowledge and protect us from the fire, and not only that, we enslave the fire by proper understanding. Exactly the same way, when we are living in this world, gathering experiences, and if we are able to learn from all the experiences of our life, then with every additional learning, from every additional experience, we will grow wise. See, therefore the second Shanti is, do not react in this world. See, this is what our happy mantra, which we play before the talk begins. I will tell you now and then the meaning of those mantras. The one of the mantra is, Dekho suno mat bolo. See? World comes to us only through these two channels. Forms come to us through the eyes, and names or the words or the sounds come to us through the ears. See? If these two channels are creating the experience of this world, then what we do, instead of experiencing and keeping quiet, we have our reaction. I like it, I don't like it. Who asked you? See? Therefore, learn. So second Shanti is, live in this world in such a manner that we are in a process of continuous learning. And those who learn from every experience, they grow wise. And those who do not learn from their experiences, they grow old and otherwise. And the signs of the old and otherwise people are, they have nothing but complaints in their life about the youngsters, about the world, about the society, about the government, only complaining, complaining, complaining. Second Shanti is freedom from the notion that I am a soul, I am a jiva. So we have this funny understanding. First is, I am gross body. Therefore we write the autobiography of a Dumbo. I was born there, then I was like that, then I studied in the school, then I was beaten in the school, then I left the school, then I went to the Himalayas, there I came across a great Mahatma. Talking only about the waker. See, what about the dreamer? What about the deep sleeper? What about the Samadhi person? That we exclude in our biography. Therefore, first Shanti is freedom from the body identification. Second is freedom from the notion that we are the jiva. This is a very important topic we will take in the Sambandha Bhashya. Bhagavan Shankaracharya has brought it out very beautifully. So, first Shanti, body disidentification. Second Shanti, getting rid of the notion that we are a soul in the body. See, the other day somebody wrote me this. Swamiji, I have studied so many things, but I have got only one question, that when so many people die, the number of souls must be reducing, and if so many people are born, the number of souls must be increasing. So he has understood nothing. Then I wrote him. I said, look here, if you are standing in front of 3 mirrors, so have you become 3? If you are standing in front of 20 mirrors, have you become 20? See, friends. Now, if you are in front of your father, wife and son, then you are a son to your father, you are husband to your wife, you are father to your son. Have you become 3? See, friends, the son, father, husband, they are not individualities. These are the expressions of the same reality. Therefore, the jiva, the soul curry, go to Goa and enjoy soul curry. This we have to get rid of. Therefore, in Vedanta studies, we don't talk much about last life, this life, next life, going to hell, going to heaven, the sin and the merit. Enough. That is KG1, KG2. Om Shanti Shanti. And the third is again Om Shanti. So it is not only a nishedhatmak, negative. When getting rid of body identification, you will be at peace. When getting rid of the jiva bhava, the notion that I am a soul, you will be at peace. So is it being dull-witted? No. Om Shanti, the third one, you have recognized your divinity, which is Shanta Brahma. See. Therefore, first Shanti is referring to the Dharma Shastra. The second Shanti is referring to the Upasana Shastra. And the third Shanti is referring to the Adhyatma Shastra. First Shanti is for the Adi Bhautik. When we take this world as real, then Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Matru Devo Bhava Pitru Devo Bhava. Yes, you have to follow that. As long as you consider yourself to be the body, follow that. Then if you consider yourself to be the jiva, the soul, then do the puja. Do the chanting. You have to go to heaven. See? And the third, when you come to discover your divinity, knowing is being, then Shanta Brahma. Our Eknath Maharaj, he was called Shanta Brahma. This is the meaning of Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti, body disidentification. Om Shanti, getting rid of the Jiva Bhava. Om Shanti, discover your own divinity. We look at the world, what we have taken ourselves to be. See? When I take myself to be a man, for me the world is man and woman. When I take myself to be a sannyasi, then the world is sannyasi and non-sannyasi. When I take myself to be Indian, then the world is Indian and non-Indian. When I take myself to be poor, the world is poor and rich. See? Therefore, unless we are able to discover own divinity, we are far away from the spiritual path. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. Sarvaihi vedaihi. Vedya, worthy of knowing, is this arm. Who am I? Therefore, this most wonderful deep mantra, Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate, summarizes complete spiritual practice. See? So first of all, Dharma Shastra. If we are following Dharma, what should happen? Tulsidaji Maharaj writes in Ramcharitmanas, Dharmate Birati. Dharma should lead to dispassion. See? And if there is a dispassion, then only we can seek the truth. And ultimately we come to discover the truth. And what is the discovery? Do not seek happiness, but be happy. In Dehatma Bhav, body identification, we are seeking happiness through the things. In the Jivatma Bhav, we are seeking happiness through the experiences. But in case of the ultimate truth, we are not seeking happiness, but we are expressing happiness when we are conducting the business of life. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is Mauj mein raho, be happy. That's it. Dekho Santo, recognize this. Now we enter the Sambandha Bhashya, the related commentary of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Om Namo Brahma Vidyabhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhya Vamsha Rushibhyo Namo Gurubhya. See? So we are saluting to those who are in the lineage of the Brahma Vidya, and through the lineage of our Guru Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. See, friends, one of the principle I'll tell you, you may like, you may not like, I don't know. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? One of the mantra, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा. See, seeing God is not spirituality. See, being God is the truth. See, friends, we all were associated with Bhagavan for a day or two? No. For years. And yet we have that funny notion that I am superior than others. Space is neither superior nor inferior. Whether it is in the sanctum of a temple or it is in a commode of a toilet, space is space. But then we add one upadhi and we become someone extraordinary. Therefore, seeing God is not the ultimate. Being the truth is the ultimate. And therefore, it is said, Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyaha Vamsha Rishibhyaha. So, all the great teachers who have come to us through the present teacher, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. We salute so that we do not become branded. Now, this is another important topic which I am very fond of. Don't have a brand applied to the spiritual life. No brand. See, the moment you brand, divisions are created. North, east, west, south. These are the brands printed on the space. And thereafter, the whole world is divided on the basis of these brands. See, like physics. It is not the Indian physics and the American physics and it is the Chinese physics. No, it's one. It's not a brand. See, friends. Therefore, Namo Brahma Dibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. We think of the Guru, the Maharaj, the Paramatma, the Rishis, and then we start our studies. Ushava Ashvasya Ittevam Adya Vajasaniya Brahmana Upanishad. Now this Upanishad begins with the big mantra Ushava Ashvasya Ityadi. By this mantra, Ushava Ashvasya, this is the beginning of the first mantra is our Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad. Now, why this is begin? See, there is something called as the Prayojan, the four things. Why we study, what we call in English as the moral of the story. In case of the Shastra, we call it as the four things to be known. Prayojana, or what is the Tatparya Nirnay. Tatparya Nirnay means what? First of all, who is the Adhikari, who is the qualified student for this Adhikari. Then what is the Vishay, what is the topic that is discussed. See? And the third thing is what is the Prayojan, why we are studying this. Is it necessary? Yes, we have to complete this coursework, then only we get our degree. Prayojan. And Sambandha, what we are related to this. See? So these four things are to be clearly understood. So here, first, the Prayojan is indicated. Tasya iyam alpa grantha vritti arabhyate samsara vyavrittitsu bhya samsara hetu nivritti sadhana brahmatmaikatva vidya pratipattaye. See? Now we are taking this Upanishad, which is in the Vajasaniya Shakha and in the Vajasaniya Brahmana. There this Upanishad appears in the Vedas, and here is Alpa Grantha Vritti. We are trying to explain in short. See, because the Upanishad is so big, if you go on explaining too big, it will become impossible. So we are going to tell in short. Samsara Vyavrittitsubhyaha. For whom? Those who want to get freedom from the relative existence. Friend, samsara does not mean you are married, you have got wife and children. No. See, samsara means you take this relative world appearing in the waking state as real and spend your whole life only after this world. They are the samsari. See? So we get lost in collecting the things, vastu sangraha. Then we lost in creating the relations, vyakti sangraha. So accumulation of the things and beings become the main purpose of our life. See? This samsara. Samsara vyavritti utsubhyaha. Those who are really wanting to get freedom from the relative existence. enough is enough. See, in Mundaka Upanishad there is a mantra. It is said there, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akritaha kritena tad vijnanatham gurumeva vigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat. Karmachitan lokan pariksha. What we have done till date? I have done this, I have done that, I have studied, I have gone here, I have given charity, I have done seva. You are done. Then, Pariksha Lokan. Now you evaluate your own life. Stop, pause, look behind. From day one till date, what is achieved by us in life? Pariksha Lokan. When we were not in this world, was there anything lacking? When we will leave this world, will there be any lacuna? World continues. So when our prior absence and posterior absence has no value, what is our present value? But we start thinking, I have done this thing, I have yakshe, modishe. Bhagavad Gita, Asura Sampatti Yogo Nam. See? How much arrogance. I have done this thing, I have done this, I have done charity, I have donated so much, I have done the seva, I have fed so many people. No meaning. See, friends. So, samsara vyavritti vritsubhya, those who are essentially wanting to get rid of this relative world. Samsara hetu nivrutti sadhana. Now, how to get rid of this relative world? So, what is the means of that? Samsara hetu nivrutti. What is the cause of the samsara? Hetu is the cause. Nivrutti is negation. What is the sadhana? What are the means by which we can get rid of this relative world? Brahmatmaikatva is only one. To come to know, knowing is being, we are divine. See? That is all. Is it not selfishness? No, it is not selfishness. Then the self is the Isha. Like the flower doesn't give fragrance. Flower has fragrance. Anybody passerby can enjoy. But that time the flower doesn't have the arrogance. I am giving a fragrance to the world. No. And if there is nobody to come and enjoy the fragrance, who cares? Because there is no doership. I am doing this, I have done this. No. Therefore, what is the samsara? Samsara is this notion that I am doing something or the other. So, samsara hetu nivrutti sadhana brahmatmaikatva. To come to know that I am essentially the Brahman, the reality. Tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi, ayamatma brahma. See, prajnanam brahma, these four mahavakyas. Samsara hetu nivrutti sadhana, brahmatmaikatva vidya pratipaddaye. So to come to discover that we are essentially divine, to get this knowledge, this Upanishad begins. See? Therefore, in our happy mantra, next time also remember and learn it again by heart. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. See, we are all struggling to get something through the karma or going to the temple. See, in the temple there are two types of beggars. Those who are outside the temple and those who are inside the temple. Only I want this, I want that. I want this, I want that. See? See, how many millions used to come to Baba? Were they coming from this Brahmatmakyatva Bodha? No. Only fulfilling desires. That is samsara. And desires can never be satiated. See, one by one they will keep on erupting. So, samsara hetu nivrutti sadhara brahmatmaikatva vidya pratipaddaye. Sa iyam brahma vidya upanishad shabdavachya tatparanam sahetoho samsarasya atyanta avasadanat. Now, sa iyam brahma vidya, now this brahma vidya, which is the cause of rejection of the relative world and recognition of one's divine nature, Upanishad Shabdavachya, which is indicated by the word Upanishad. See, Bhagavan Shankaracharya have commented on this word Upanishad in almost all the commentaries. In Kathopanishad also, in Aitharya Upanishad also, everywhere he has mentioned. Here what we have seen, Upanishad Shabdavachya. So, Upanishad Shabdena Brahma Vidya Uchyate. So, this is Upanishad. So, Upanishad is not a book. It is a paper on which something black and white is printed. That is not book. Now, because we are talking, so I am teaching Upanishad. We will have to say it out of formality. And we will have to say also, I am studying Upanishad. But Upanishad is neither the book nor anything but yourself. Upanishad Shabdena Brahma Vidya Uchyate. That is our divine nature. So, Upanishad Shabdavachya Brahma Vidya Tat Paranam. Now, those who are seeking this Brahma Vidya, Sahetoho, along with the cause, Samsarasya Atyanta Avasadanat. So, along with the cause of this samsara has to be Atyanta, extremely, completely, fully, exhaustively, Avasadanat, is loosening and destroying. How this comes? He gives the utpatti of this word Upanishad. Upa ni purvasya sadehe tadarthatvat. See how this Upanishad Shabda is formed. Upa, ni and Shada. See. Now Upa and ni, these are the Upasarga. The prefixes. And Shada is the Dhatu, the root. And this root Dhatu has got three meanings. Himsa, Gati and Avasadan. Himsa is destruction. So this Upanishad Vidya will destroy the ignorance. Then Himsa, then Avasadan, loosening, weakening, is the notion that the world is real. So the bondage of the world or relative world will be loosened by the study of Upanishad. And third, Gati is the destination. The Upanishad Vidya gives us the destination of our spiritual practice. See? What is the destination of our life in the when we think ourselves to be body or the jiva? And what is the destination of our life when we are walking the spiritual path? This is a topic of great, deep inquiry. See? And to summarize all these things put together, one of the mantras from this Upanishad, Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anushajvaret. This mantra comes from this Upanishad only, that he who has come to discover his divine nature, will he ever have desires? Will there be any desirer? And therefore, will he be ever worried about the body? Body means the gross body or jiva bhava. Ekatva manupashyataha. When he has discovered his identity with the divine. See? Therefore, the goal of spirituality and the goal of the relative world is totally different. So this is established through the study of Upanishad. So Upa means close, samyak. Pratyak. See? In Kathopanishad, a mantra comes. I am very fond of that mantra, very beautiful. Indriyebhya parayartha, arthebhyascha param manah, manasastu para buddhi, buddhiratma mahan paraha, mahataha param avyaktam, avyaktat purusha paraha, purushanna param kinchit, sa kashta sa paragatihi. This is the paragati, this is the ultimate. See. So from the objects, multiple objects, we come to the source, the sense organs. From the sense organs, we come to the tanmatras. From the tanmatras, we come to the mind. From the mind, we come to the I. From the individual I, we come to the total I. The total I is dissolved in the Prakriti. And the Prakriti belongs to Paramatma. And beyond Paramatma, there is nothing. Only Paramatma alone is. Purushanna param kinchit. Sa kashta sa paragati. This is the meaning of Upa. Now to understand this Upa near, how to understand it? It's very simple. How far is the husband away from the man? How distant is the wife from the woman? See? Much closer than this is our divine nature, that we are, Upa. And Nitaram, it is not only while doing meditation, I am divine. After that, I am devil. When we are in front of God, Krishna, 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 Rama, 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 Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Bhagavan. After that, again the devil comes out of us. Therefore, Upa Nitaram, always. It is not a temporary experience which comes and goes. It is eternal, undenied, effortless. Bliss is the destination. So, Upani Purvasya Sadehe Tadarthatvat. This is the meaning of the Dhatu Sad. Tadarthyat Grantho Upanishad Uchate. It is for this reason that this book is called as the Upanishad. We will study the remaining portion tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.